my name is Virgin Mansour, and I work with a defense company based in Orlando, Florida. I am a cyber system engineer, specifically with the network team. I personally have been using it for about a year. However, my team has been using it for over 5 years now. We use Cisco ISE for authentication, accounting, and authorization mainly, as well as monitor different devices that we have on many different sites with our company. The features that we really appreciate in ISE is the monitoring features and also being able to administer the different devices that we have. We have such a broad amount of devices with Cisco that we would need to be able to monitor them, as well as be able to give access specific to each one of them. So it would be it's really amazing the fact that if something as simple as somebody getting locked out of their laptop, I would go to Cisco ISE and easily see exactly what happened, when it happened, and how they, it was just a bad password or a wrong password, so something like that. The improvements that it had impacted our organization, specifically my team, who is in charge of the network of our program, definitely the different amount of access and the different amount of features that it provides. I would say the authorization, authentication, and accounting, the main three simple yet basics of cybersecurity, being able to give access to specific users, what each one can do, while being able to monitor them very well and even apply more secure protocols through them using TACACS and so on and so forth. My team has gained a lot from Cisco ISE, as it does also provide automation, which is a big thing here now in our age. So it definitely, after setting it up, it took a lot of the weight off in many ways for even we have a co-worker, we call him the ISE master because he's in charge of the ISE configurations and everything like that. So he is able, I'm learning a lot from him. He's able to save up a lot of time by just, going in, accessing ISE, being able to monitor everything from there. So it did take off a lot of time that we would waste by going individually to that specific device and trying to figure out what's wrong. So I did definitely improve the security resilience in our company, as it did provide more secure options for us, securing accounts, securing devices, allowing specific actions for the specific user, with an Authentication. All of those were in a one place, which is an amazing thing. So definitely. Cisco ISE has helped a lot with replacing different applications that we would use. We do use it hand in hand with other applications like SolarWinds and to monitor. However, it did replace even the manpower itself of, you're getting help desk tickets and trying to figure out the problem with specific devices. So it did replace all of that. Instead, we can just control it from one place. So it's a one-stop shop kind of thing. The one main thing that Cisco ISE can be improving on is the GUI. As the newest addition to the team, we do struggle. I struggle a little bit to get around it, just because it has so many features, which is an amazing thing for sure. But the downside from it, it's not as friendly to figure out which feature does what and get to it, because you have to go through a menu, through another menu, through another menu to figure out what you need. So although it's fantastic because every part of it is full of different options, it's endless, However, it does get a little bit hectic for new users to get comfortable with it. So I've been kind of like getting more and more with it for the past 6 months especially, and still taking me a while to figure out all the options and all the features there. Mainly, Cisco ISE was introduced to us. We chose it because of having a lot of Cisco products in our company. I would say 90% of our base uses Cisco. So Cisco ISE was one of the options that we had, and after studying it with some managers and some other teams, it did provide a lot of options that others didn't. I personally didn't, I was before my time. However, as I dabble through other softwares and other interfaces and GUIs of other products, Cisco ISE does provide a lot more options, let alone the fact that you can the administration part of Cisco ISE. There's just endless options of how you can customize it to your own needs. A lot of the other competitors, however, they tend to lose it in the fact that like whether the interface is way more complicated or it doesn't provide as many features. So with our field, we need the most secure, and especially that's something that would work with TACACS, which is something that we all use now. So that was one of the main factors that we had to choose to them. I think that the company does see the return in investment. We definitely use it a lot more than I thought it would be used. Again, something as simple as just the password that's being wrong, which is something that everyone does in the office for sure, especially after your password expires and that week after you're trying to remember which one you put. So definitely something as simple as that, and something all the way to something as complicated as there's one of the sites that has specific switch or router that depends on it, and it's down, and there's some sort of fishy stuff happening. So it is definitely an investment that we all appreciate, and we do feel like we're getting back what we paid for it, for sure. ISE was not for difficulty level of implementing. It was great, but at the same time a little bit time consuming, because you're trying to switch from whatever model that you had into all your nodes, which in our case were a lot. We utilize about 1,000 nodes at least. So trying to move all that information to ISE, it was helpful in a way of it's very easy for you once you know how to create a new node on ISE. It's very easy to understand how to do it and quick in that process. But when you're moving a whole entire system into that, it tends to be a little bit hectic. However, with ISE, it was great. We deployed ISE ourselves with my team. However, we did consult a couple of times our reseller for sure, as well as customer support and anything like that if we run into issues. Cisco support has been great. Definitely, we all love the fact that there are a lot of forums out there that even if you don't want to go through talking to somebody about it, every time there's a problem, just put the model in. Even not only with ISE, with all the other products with Cisco, you put the model in, you put your question in, and there's a lot of people, there's a huge community that you can see there also the hassles that they had to go through and benefit from their answers. So it's fantastic, because you can go with the support, you can go with the forums. It's fantastic, to be honest. I would definitely go with 8. I think they are fantastic. Again, we wouldn't be using them that much, especially in a defense company, if we don't think it was not up to par. Security-wise, features-wise, they're fantastic. However, there's always room for improvement, whether device-wise, hardware-wise, or software-wise. My impression of the stability of Cisco ISE is I believe so far I didn't have an issue with it, so pretty stable. Even like when we had a couple of times things that went down system-wise, Cisco was able to help us figure out what was wrong. So far from my experience, which is kind of limited because it's only 1 year experience with ISE, it has been pretty stable. For the scalability of ISE, I think it is amazing. We have, like I mentioned before, about 1,000 nodes and growing with every site, so it is an ongoing thing. Our project keeps expanding and it doesn't like end at a specific point, and it has been just going on and on with that. So it has been covering everything that we are working with, all the devices, because we have computers, switches, routers, and so on and so forth, and everything is fantastic there. I would definitely rate it as 9. Again, the only major thing for me was the GUI. However, I can't really complain that much because it does have all the functions that you need and even more. But it would be fantastic if there's like some sort of like more user-friendly, even for LinkedIn graphs and stuff like that, more explanation, self-explanatory kind of things.